What's up, everybody? Well, we ought to start a new segment called Easy Boy After Dark because it's been so late lately. Anyway, so now, if y'all seen that last video where I started doing my 3D printing thing, learning, I've only done free stuff because it's all I can get right now. I'm broke, just like normal people. So, I love this thing here. But anyway, I messed up the grinder because when I put supports on it, I tore it up trying to get the supports off. It was not an easy situation there. So I had to redeem myself on that grinder. That's some work involved in getting supports and stuff off, but not if you kind of do it right. They were all like locked around here a little bit. It wasn't locked. They came out pretty good. It's just you got to know where to dig them out. I just wasn't sure what was the grinder and what wasn't, but you can tell it turned out pretty decent for something so tiny. See, that's what you got to consider. It's the tiniest grinder ever here, and I actually think I'm supposed to pull some of that off the bottom even, but I just didn't yet because it's usually a lot more solid there if it was meant to be kept. I'm thinking it's supposed to be thinner, but I'm leaving it because I like it that way. Gives it more character. Well, anyway, before we move on to the garage project we're on, I did go ahead and put a little paint on this vise. I still got to paint the silver part once the red's dry. But it don't look too bad, actually. I mean, I got to put my own handles. And when it's over on a bench from a distance, it's not going to look bad. It's going to have the silver up top, silver all around the metal shaft part. So, anyway. Pretty happy with the way that small items have turned out. When you can get that kind of detail in that small, you know that the bigger items are going to look really good, I think, other than the little lines or whatever. But sure, you got to do some work. But back up. What am I doing here? Jeez. You drinking or something? No, I don't drink. Anywho, who cares, right? Check it out. Here's what we're about to really do. It's on. Nobody wants to see the old rickety outside of a construction building unfinished while you do the inside. Most jobs, winter time, stuff like that. You got to get the roof. You got to get the siding. We're going to pretend there's a roof, so we're going straight to siding. Yep. So what I did is I went out there and I thinned up my boards. We pretty much went to 1x instead of 2x. It's about as thin as I really want to go on that table saw I got without getting crazy. You go too thin, they warp, all kinds of stuff. So the plan is, though, to put siding across the house here, or the garage, trim it out. We're going to do just like this. I didn't cut these at an angle. They are just flat boards, but it's okay. I didn't want to set my saw up that little tiny angle because it's such a pain to keep. You got to cut each end and you got to straighten the blade and do it again. So they all have that angle. Instead, you just cut them the same and stack them like this. Somewhat. And you'll have siding. You get the picture. Alright. So, that's what we're about to put on the old wall. Don't know what I got to cut it with, my hacksaw and stuff. I'm not going to be able to just snip through this like I did the little 2x4s probably. Might be able to use some snips because they are thinner. But we're going to do our pieces on here all the way up to there. Do the other side. Do all the way down the other side over there solid. And then the top here, obviously. We're going to do the front first right here. Because I still ain't decided if I might be putting windows on that corner. So I'm going to get the bottom ran up. And I can always take them back off, whatever. Because they're just being glued on right now. I haven't printed their nail guns yet. So we got to glue them on. Anywho. Let me go ahead and see how I'm going to cut a few. And we'll get started. Alright. Let's see if I can't set you guys in this drawer. And get a view here. From over here. here's what we got going on. I'm gonna have to get some measurements as we go, but for now, I think we'll just set this right down here. And then, oops, go the other way. Let's see how this works. Kaboom. It's gonna be not the best picture probably, but it's there, right? It's either that or just wait until we're done to show you, right? But so what we did to cut it though was with these big old aviator snips, I guess you'd call them. These things are crazy huge, but it's what I use at work all the time. Where did I lose my pencil at? There it is. There it is. So what we're doing, I am hanging past a tiny bit on this side because the other one's going to come up to it, so it don't really matter, I guess. And I'm going to trim around it. So well, I'll get 2 of these out of this one, and then in the next one I can do a little different. And then, you know, just do the proper thing and cut them almost straight. Let's at least mark them straight. How's that? Can't say we're going to cut them straight, but we can mark them. So since they're thin, and if you kind of just be careful. Oh, and the best way to do is, because they can split, the piece you want to keep the most, you want to keep that piece in your hand so you can kind of hold it firmly together and all that. Really good. They're actually cutting pretty smooth, other than the ones that are cracked already. But if they didn't look as good as they do, I wouldn't keep doing it. I was like, well, I can live with that. It's actually a really nice cut. I don't really recommend doing this if you're going to use them at work every day. So since I got 2 pair, not too worried about it. That end was thin, wasn't it? I wish they were all that thin. It's going to be pretty close right there on enough. I might need 1 or 2 more. I got an idea. Here's what I'm going to do. I have to catch up on the other side. I'll look at how much I've put them there. So I already got a mark kind of. I'll put a mark right where they're at perfectly, sitting on top. So then I can just look at that mark and lower it. Same as the others. Yeah. For now, that'll work. I'll have to keep an eye on them as we go, make sure they're going to be the same. Make sure I get the best side. A little glue will do. Now where it overlaps, you only need a tiny bit. Just some kind of weirdness. I better put more than that. So now I'll just go on there. I'll just go a little below it, 1/8 inch or so, and stick it. Well, and I did it backwards. I had a bad corner, but we're covering that, so it don't matter. So what I'm gonna do is go across the top, pretty much all the way a little bit. And then since the bottom's only going to have a little lip catching, we'll just put a few dots so it don't squeeze all out. Hot glue bonds wood and cardboard together pretty good. So just don't take it outside. Now I didn't put my marks, but I don't need them. I'm too good for that. I can see each side. Now I'll kind of lay them out as I go sometimes, but we're going for the rustic look, so I'm not trying to make them perfect. Gotta make sure I get the glue where they're going to sit on there, though. So what I'll do is I'll start over here, go down a little bit, then I'll look at the other side, and boom. A little crookedness never hurt nothing. And we'll do the other side the same. So now, what we're going to do, we're going to measure from the top down for each one now, because when we get up here at the header, we want it to be even. So, most importantly, I'm going to go ahead and take a break on this so you don't have to suffer through me marking all those, because really I want to go get me a bowl of cereal, because it's Easy Boy After Dark. Alright, we're back. Had to have me something in my belly. So now in. I measured from the top down, and it's perfect all the way over there. So we're not really going to worry as much about measuring, because I got this skill that most people don't have. Kind of like Liam Neeson, but in a different way. So what I'm doing is take it to where I got the mark, drop it down an 1/8 inch, and booyah. Get rid of them bubbles underneath. So if I stain it later or something, still look good. I'm sure I'm blocking everything doing that. It's probably pretty cheesy the way I'm doing it. I don't care. This is Easy Boy After Dark. I do what I want. My wife's asleep. I do what I want. Oops, and I forgot to, I don't need to measure every one. I'm too good for that. 1/8, 1/8. Booyah. I got an eagle eye. Yeah. That side looked like a low. There we go. Like cobwebs everywhere. So I'll quit boring you with this. We'll get it all on there real fast. Alright, here's what we're going for. Let's get that zoom back off there. Or that too far away. So nothing perfect yet, but better than just cardboard, right? And then we got to take, we're going to wrap all the edges like this with trim, basically. We're not going to leave any exposed edges, so we're going to make it look nice. Same here in the door jambs, like you would any other door. And then trim up the face, trim the corners with something. The face will probably be like this after that goes on, the other piece. Then we're going to do like so. You know what I mean? And then one up top, you know what I mean? You get it. You get it, right? You get it. So, alright, we're back again. Another day has passed. So before it got dark this evening, when I got home, I had to go out and cut a bunch more lumber. You can see we did the siding, and around the corner, I still need 10 more to get to the top. So we went and we just cut us a whole bunch of siding, and you see we got long boards there in the back. Let me get where we can see this. We got long boards in the back. We got all kinds of stuff. We got posts, headers, 2x4s. Only one 2x6 left, but I did the top rails already that was needed to be finished yesterday. So now, you know, to get the big trailer, we drug it around with the four-wheeler this time. Yeah, right. That would have made a good video, wouldn't it? Only problem is right now, it's not hooked to the four-wheel. It would just lift it. It's balanced heavier to the back. This thing would pull it, though. I know it would. That might be a challenge we just have to do. So anyway, I want to show you something before I get back to work on the walls. Alright, well, I haven't painted the computer, as you can tell. I did a little knob on the propane tank, but that's all I've done so far. I think I'm going to paint the whole thing white first with actual paint. So, the drill, the vise, and the grinder, I guess they're all, what was that, Milwaukee's. What is it, Makita? Yeah, Milwaukee, because Makitas are the blue ones and Milwaukee's are the red ones, I think. The vise, I don't know. It came out great, to be honest. It ain't got no handles yet, but it turned out really good. My second attempt on the grinder turned out really good, but once you paint it, you can see the lines a lot more. But look at how small it is. I mean, this thing is tiny. I'm gonna put a cord on it, on this and the drill. The drill is still wet. I had it in a gear sitting up like that, but it's finally dried enough I can show you where we're at here. Pretty dandy, to be honest. I like it. The drill, I think, turned out pretty good. And it also fits in, well, it fits in Marty McFly's hand perfect. Probably the rest of them too. Now then, we're coming along on what we're doing. We got a long way to go, though. I mean, I'm getting ready to do the siding on the side, but also all the trim, wrap the door frame up the side. It's going to button it up here for the end of this part 3 video. So, alright, we went ahead and got the side on there. And now we got to do some trim pieces. Not a big deal. I kind of like having that cardboard box. It's like the plywood on the wall, basically. It's so thick. But we're going to go ahead and wrap the corners. I might actually have to cut them down again to get the ones I want. But anyway, we'll figure it out in a minute. And we got to wrap the garage door, all that good stuff. Alright, I'm going to have to take a break for a few minutes, and I'm going to see if I can at least scrounge up maybe 1 or 2 more glue sticks. Because I really want to get them a couple pieces of trim. I wish I'd have got that part done before I got all the side done, but at least the side is done. Well, I searched and searched and searched. Then I took a break, and then I searched and searched, and then I said, screw it, I'm done, I'm going to give up. And at that same time, bam, I found one. Right when I was about to shut the drawer back there behind me. Way back there by the other side of the pool table, I have a little drawer with some junk in it. And it was my last resort. I looked all through it and didn't see that until I was about to shut it. I was like, yeah. So, alright guys, now I didn't get to finish it. I did get the 1 more glue stick, and I got the frame wrapped. We just didn't get the outer trim on yet. Not a big deal. We're going to be putting, let's see. Where we at? Oh yeah, we got old X-Pac. He was the one screwing the boards on. Great Brady, he's cleaning up now. So we got these bad boys. See what we're going to be doing next. Just like the real deal. Let me try to back up some. Takes away some of the quality picture, but oh well. It is what it is. These bad boys will be trimming out the frame just like so. And all you'll see is that down there. Over on this side, be more like so. You get what I'm saying, right? Yeah. Look pretty good. Same with the top. Just be nice old trim. Sorry, I got shadow and shit, but. And at the very top here, as long as the cats don't break them off trying to jump up there right now, you'll see they stick up a little higher. That's so when I put my floor joists across, if I end up doing that on this end and putting me a flat spot up top and some lights and stuff in, you know, stuff like that, because that's what I'm thinking, is putting a ceiling on that end and having some lights pointing down. And for photos, if I decide to take photos, at least on this end down here, will be fairly scaled out with lights and all that at the top. I'm not looking for a finished garage, but I just, like when I point like that right there, it would be nice to have a set of lights up the top and some floor joists, whatever. Ain't that right, boys? So anyway, sorry, I'm on a computer chair and I'm just rolling all around. Probably getting some of the worst shots you ever seen. So, anywho, I'm pretty happy with the way it looks so far. It's been, it's a pretty simple setup. It's just making my own lumber has been, a little bit of work, but not no big deal. If you happen to have you a table saw at home, just some scrap 2x4s, whatever, and go to town. 1x4s, 2x4s, whatever you got. I had 2x6s, I think it was, and some of these I ripped off of that, and then some I ripped it in half and made 1xs, and then cut them into studs. Well, if you've seen the last video, you might have seen that, but anyway, I know I'm rambling on. I'm getting a little tired anyway, so I guess we'll wrap this bad boy up. Stay tuned for the next video. I think I'm going to give away that airplane simulator. I was going to do it in this video, but it's already too long and I forgot. So the next one, it's pretty cool for someone that wants to learn to fly RC planes, helicopters, drones. I think there's quite a few things you can choose from on there if you get the right app, stuff like that. So again, guys, please like, subscribe, comment. Click on the link in the description below if you would like some FMS products. I really could use some support. And I don't know what else I got I can put in the description, but I'll put it there if it's something. I'll throw that 3D printer in there because I really have enjoyed what it can do so far. Look at that drill. That's pretty sweet. Once I get the cord dangling from it. One more time, look at that grinder. It's not bad, I mean, and I didn't try to clean up the prints or nothing. I don't know nothing yet. So, I've been watching a lot of videos and learning a few things, maybe, I don't know. In my head, I think I'm learning a few things. So, we'll see. Alright, guys, I appreciate all of you. Peace.